What up, what up, what up? I am that guy, B Green, and this is my 5-minute review of The Last of Us Part 2.
18 when they mention me, probably not now, but eventually, cause I got style and a recipe that'll make it say unlike master.
Aw, memories.
She needed her immunity to mean something.
The Last of Us Part 2 is a story about Ellie Williams. Taking place 4 to 5 years after the first game, you were immediately thrust into a flashback scene between Joel Miller and his brother Tommy as he explains what happened with Joel, Ellie, and the Fireflies at the end of the first game.
I won't let you take her. This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save.
This leads us to an introduction of our character's new home, Jackson County, Wyoming. The first hour or so of gameplay highlights the new life of our lovable duo.
Really?
Between interactions with the townfolk,
Hello,
Done it a bunch.
Hello,
The two of
baby.
them take it.
Well, that solves that.
What you gonna do? Ah!
to a projectile throwing tutorial that's cleverly disguised as a snowball fight with the local children. The Last of Us Part 2 is a story about Abigail Anderson. Taking place 4 to 5 years after the first game, you are immediately thrust into a present-day Wyoming, as it appears Abby and her group of friends is currently searching for someone. While in control of Abby, you experience your first jump scare, as well as your first introduction to combat.
Shit.
Eventually, Abby and co., along with Ellie and friends, cross paths in a way that will forever alter everyone's lives involved.
Ellie. I'm sorry. Jesse! They're down here!
Now Ellie, with her new boo Dina in tow, set out to Seattle to get revenge on everyone involved with the events that transpired back in Jackson.
Cordyceps. Let me scribble this down.
A good portion of the game revolves around Ellie navigating various parts of post-outbreak day war-torn Seattle in hopes of tracking down anyone affiliated with Abby and the WLF, or Wolves as we get to know them.
What the hell happened out here? I'm guessing the military bombed the shit out of this place. Why would they do that? They would sometimes destroy parts of the city that were lost to the infected.
Between the moments of slaying the infected, along with anyone else who gets in your way, are breaks in the pace where you tend to forget that this is the end of the world and tend to soak in the pleasant interactions between characters.
To find you.
At a certain point in the game, a shift happens, and you are now mainly playing as the quote-unquote enemy, Abby. I say enemy in quotes because the first 10 plus hours of the game does an amazing job at positioning Abby and the Salt Lake Bunch as people who need to die by your hands. The folks over at Naughty Dog did something that a few have tried before, but in my opinion has never been accomplished like this as. Bad guys have always existed. You can't have a hero without a bad guy. But rarely does a game give you the opportunity to live the life of the enemy, to become friends with the enemy's friends, and to feel what the enemy feels. This game does such a good job at that you start not only not seeing the bad guys as bad, but you even start questioning the actions of your main character, Ellie. As expected with a game of this caliber, the combat is silky smooth, carefully balancing the act of rewarding gunplay with stealthiness. You'll walk away from every encounter feeling accomplished. A lot of games on the surface level claim that you can approach each interaction with the enemy in different ways. This game doesn't say it, but the different ways you can dispatch human and infected alike are numerous. Although the combat remains similar, the changes between Ellie and Abby are noteworthy. Between different weapons, abilities, and upgrades, the changes between the two do alter how you approach each interaction with enemies. After an equally exhausting experience with Abby, the game does an amazing job of bringing everything to a climax. For the better part of 20 hours, you play a game as one person, having this idea of how events have gone down, and embedding those emotions inside you. And then all of that is completely turned on its head when you start witnessing the growth of Abby as a character. All in all, my time with The Last of Us Part 2 was an absolutely fantastic experience. I'm sad that there isn't a multiplayer mode to continue enjoying this amazing world that Naughty Dog built. I did hear that the multiplayer mode will arrive later as a separate experience. I just hope it gets the spotlight that the first game's multiplayer mode deserved, but was highly unappreciated.
I'm giving The Last of Us Part 2 a 5 out of 5. A must play for all PlayStation 4 owners and all gamers in general. May your life be long and may your death be swift. Swift? That counts, right? That sounded right? Swift. Don't forget to go subscribe, follow to see more of these videos. Also, you can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/thatguybgreen to follow along when I stream. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Make sure you tap in. It's your boy B Green. I'm out. Peace.
Probably not now, but eventually. Cause I got style and a recipe that'll make it say unlike master.